What is up, everybody? It is TGI Friday. That's right. Thank goodness it is Friday. Man, we've had some pretty good weather here lately, and I'm excited about that. Sorry I missed you last week. Renee and I and Abigail were traveling on down. We didn't travel by foot, but we actually drove to Southern Pines, North Carolina to see the Wentz family. We had a good time, had great weather, soaked up some vitamin D, even though you can't tell because of my pale and pasty skin. But it was fun nonetheless, and it was relaxing. And I've heard great things that Sunday was a good service, and so I'm excited about that. But as we jump back into our video devotions, I want to close out this series that we've been talking about here for the past few weeks, which is We Are the Church. Again, we're exploring the answer to the question, how can we stop doing church and start being the church? And there's several different ways that we've looked at that we can do that as the church body corporately and as individuals. And so with that being said, I want to close out this series with the focus on the Apostle Paul's writings to the church of Ephesus. And so we've looked in Ephesians for quite a bit. And what I want to do is I want to focus on chapter 4 one more time as we close this out. And so I'm going to read real quick down in verse 11, chapter 4. It says this: "Now these are the gifts Christ gave to the church: the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors and teachers. Their responsibility is to equip God's people to do his work and build up the church, the body of Christ." And then I want to go over to verse 16, okay? Verse 16. It says this. He says, "He makes the whole body fit together perfectly. As each part does its own special work, it helps the other parts grow so that the whole body is healthy and growing full of love." Now, why do I focus on that part? Simply because I am a pastor, and you guys are pastors and leaders within the church. And so God created the church to fit together perfectly. And why? So that we could help one another grow, so that we could grow and be healthy and full of love. And so as your pastor, I want to help you grow. So it told us back in 11 that the gifts to the church was the apostles, the prophets, the pastors, and the teachers. And our job was to build up the church. And so here's what I want to know. How can myself and Renee, as the executive pastors, how can we help you be a better Christ follower? And how can we help you be a better leader in your areas? And so what that will simply look like is this. In our email correspondence this week, I want to hear from you. What are some ways that we can help you grow and be healthy? What are some areas in leadership that you have questions about on how to be better or do better? And what are some things spiritually that maybe you have questions with that we can start answering some of these questions? And so when you answer this email that we're going to send out, I want to hear back from you. How can we better serve you as pastors and as leaders within the church? Because again, we're all fit together by Jesus. He is the head of this thing. And we are there so that each one of us, it says this, can do its own special work. And it helps the other parts grow. So our job as pastors is to build up the pastors and leaders of this church. And that's what we want to do. And so to better help us do that, maybe we need to see some areas maybe that you need that help. And again, you're not admitting defeat or anything like that. It's just maybe you've had questions about how to do X, Y, and Z. And so we want to answer those for you. And so, again, answer back in this email. We love you guys. We are for you guys, and we are praying for you guys. We love you so much. And if you have any questions, any concerns, obviously you can text us, reach out to us via email or at the services. we are for you, and we are excited to see not only us grow, but be healthy as well. We love you. Have a wonderful weekend.